matters politics, the political landscape this year has been more messy than expected, with different political events like the possible constitution amendment through the BBI and rise of new political marriages and divorces taking shape. Daniel Kariuki takes us back in time with a special report on political events that made headlines in the year 2020.
This year's political arena continues to witness new political marriages and divorces, one that stood out most being between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto messy relationship, one that has been drifting following the president and the leader of opposition Raila Odinga famous handshake at the steps of Harambee House, experts claiming it could be a strategy to block Ruto's ambition of elevation to the top job in 2022. Then came what was billed as an event to kickstart the journey to amend the Kenya 2010 Constitution through the Building Bridges Initiative, the BBI, turning out to be a showdown between President Uhuru Kenyatta telling off his deputy for opposing the document during its launch at the Bomas of Kenya.
And then those who are seeking elective positions, how wonderful it would be if you were seeking those elective positions in a unified country where it was ideas that are competing against each other, not ethnicity, not this, not this. It was a competition of ideas.
For the first time, differences between the president and his deputy played out in the open, with Uhuru being forced to abandon his official written speech to respond to Ruto, who appeared to distance himself from the BBI project. The BBI referendum will be the fourth referendum in the country's independence history and the third in the last decade, while the issues in it will affect the political structures for the long term, despite goals driving it now are far more short term. But despite the state-driven support, the constitutional changes still face major hurdles. Among them is the fact that the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has gutted more major economic sectors, disrupted society and worsened the debt burden. The cost of the referendum could itself be an issue earlier raised by DP RUTO, who continues to be a stern opposer of the process, claiming the BBI document is more divisive than unifying. The BBI document has already kicked off its official process, having submitted 4.4 million signatures to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC). After the verification of signatures, the IEBC will submit the bill to the 47 county assemblies, and the regional houses will have 3 months within which to consider the bill. Then came the Jubilee wrangles, the nation's leading party Jubilee also facing a quagmire, with changes that saw the removal of Senators Kipchumba Murkomen as the majority leader in the House of the Senate, Susan Kihika as Chief Whip, Kithure Kindiki as the Deputy Speaker position. What they opposed, accusing the executive for interfering with the legislature. DP RUTO, however, remained notably quiet, a stark contrast to his opposition to changes in Jubilee's party National Management Committee. Changes within the party the Deputy President seemed not to know of, the changes claiming the Secretary General Raphael Tuju and Jubilee Vice Chairman David Morathe were behind them. RUTO later storming the Jubilee Party headquarters, accompanied by 38 MPs of the Tanga Tanga wing, in what allies of the President Uhuru Kenyatta of the wing Kieleweke called a coup.
The deputy party leader, as a self-declared presidential candidate of 2022, will not be allowed to use the party headquarters.
RUTO later protesting against Jubilee's decision to pull out of the Msambweni by-election in favor of ODM, DP unveiling an independent candidate for the race, defying the party position. The candidate Fazal Bada, however, later wins the seat.
Tutajipanga tu na yule mwenye wale watakuwa huko. Na akiwa mmoja wao akiniongelesha vizuri.
Chaos was also witnessed during events in which the Deputy President was to be in attendance, putting him under the spotlight of political highlights. The events further prompted the National Security Advisory Committee to announce the new regulations requiring organizers of public gatherings to seek approval from local police chiefs at least 3 days prior to planned events. Measures widely seen as an attempt by NSAC to restrict early political campaigning for the 2022 presidential elections. Now, 2 days to the dawn of a new year 2021, it opens the chapter of another campaigning period for politicians, as it will now be 1 year to the 2022 general elections. As a number of leaders already announcing the bid to vie for the top seat becoming clear, including Jubilee Party Deputy Leader, Deputy President William Ruto, Amani National Congress Party Leader Musalia Mudavadi, Maendeleo Chapcha Party Leader Alfred Mutua, and second-term Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana being among leaders who have already announced their need to vie for the top seat. Besides the race for the top seat, this year has also witnessed a number of by-elections, which some seem to be a test of might amongst different political players. Nairobi County gubernatorial seat being among the latest, following Mike Sonko's impeachment by the House of Senate. Now, despite the onset of COVID-19 slowing down the action in the political arena this year, the action in the political arena 2021 could just be more brutal. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV, Nairobi County.
Well, that's our very own Daniel Kariuki with the latest in the world of politics.